So to make the template, I basically measured from where I wanted to land on my nose down to some point underneath my chin. That'll give you a straight line kind of measurement for this, and then you kind of add a curve to it depending on how you want, how much space you kind of want in the mask. I kind of do a little something different down here. This winds up being the bottom. I kind of try to do a little more tuck here at the bottom, so maybe not following this curve as much, just to give it, more of a catching point for the chin. But like I said, that measurement winds up being, kind of the basis of the mask. Now this was measured kind of to size, so you need to allow room for your seam allowance. Otherwise, if you cut it at the same size as what you measure, it's going to wind up being a little small and a little snug. So like I said, seam allowance. So this is 4 pieces of fabric. You're going to sew 2 together to make the front, 2 together to make the back. And you're going to sew along the curved edge first on the first 2 and the second 2. And then once you have those 2, the front and back, then you sew the 2 together, and you wind up with kind of like a tube that you pull inside and out, or inside out. I also wanted to say that there's definitely a top and bottom to this. The more, I guess, pointy part is the top, and this is the bottom. If you wanted to, you can make this come out a little more for more clearance for the nose. And I have this kind of cut back to kind of go under the chin. So yeah. Alrighty, we're pinned, ready to sew. I'm getting my little pedal thing. So that's the front edge done. Gonna do the same thing on the second part. And we'll pick up after I do this second part. Okay, got the curve sewn on both the front and back. So now, like I said, there's a top and bottom. You just want to make sure that you keep those tops and bottoms together. I mean, on top and bottom, obviously. So one of them you're just gonna open up, right? Just like that. Notice that your seam is against the table. This part you want the seams to be on the outside. So this second one, we're gonna open up, making sure that we keep the top and bottom, and you want your seams to be on the outside. So if you see seam there, and then we're gonna pin and sew along these edges. Okay, I got one edge all pinned up, and I'm just gonna sew along that whole edge using basically my same seam allowance. we just pin and sew along this other edge. And you're basically done. I mean, there's, ain't that the way. Okay, and so basically from here, the mask is pretty much done. It's inside out right now, so you have to flip it. I'll do that. This is the mask flipped inside out. So at this point, I'm gonna iron it so I can get the seams flattened out. But basically, from this point forward, you decide how far back you want your mask to go, and you can either do the elastic rings, but you'd have to kind of figure out how far back this is gonna go and then how far to your ear it's gonna go. Or like mine, I use a shoelace, and I'll show you how I do that. So basically at this point, you have the middle of the mask, and on mine, I just fold over that loose end, leave enough room to get the shoestring in, maybe like 3 times the thickness of the shoestring. That way it's easier to get in there. And I wear this with this loop kind of over the top of the back of my head, and then I tie the loose ends around the back of my neck. And what I wound up doing is I wound up actually tacking the shoestring to the mask up here at the top part on each side, because I found that the mask kind of wanted to fall on my face with wearing it like this. I do not know about if you use the loops to go around the ears, if it'll still want to fall, but I know with this method, it still wants to fall. And so basically you can see, you know, if I turn my head like this, you can see that the shoestring goes around the top of my head, and then there's a part that goes around the back of my neck. Alrighty, so I just ironed the mask out. At this point, like I said, you decide how far back you want your mask to come. And I usually fold them inside or whatever, and I'll sew another line to make my loop. And like I said, you can do either your elastic ring, you know, you'd have to put it up to your face and decide where you want this to be, and you know how snug you want it to be around your ears. But like I said, I just come in here and I'll sew a line, you know, leaving that much for my shoestring, and then basically just cut the excess off on the inside, and then you're done. Yeah, and then you can dye it whatever color you want, or maybe use the color fabric you want to use. That's pretty much it.